Okay, for Brutus the Buckeye, I could put him on an oval or ellipse or a circle shaped bulb for this engraving, but instead I want him to be the cutout shape of Brutus. So therefore, when I start building this, and let's make sure I'm in millimeters. I'm just gonna put him on a rectangle. Again, for this project you have to have a surface to engrave into. So I'm just gonna go 100 by 100, so that way, and I'm not real concerned because I'm gonna make sure he's inside of that, and then I'll cut out his shape. So we'll go ahead and extrude that a distance of 3 millimeters. Okay, so here's where that SVG converter really helps. So I've got a shape. Again, I already have a three-dimensional part, but I'm going to do an engraving. So then I'm going to insert an SVG. I showed in the previous video how to do that. Here's Brutus Buckeye. Let's bring him in. Okay, and he actually came out sized about correctly. If he's not sized correctly, all you got to do is drag that vector or that little icon there, and you can stretch or shrink him a little bit. Again, I'm not super concerned. I want him to be a little bit inside of my 100 millimeters. Okay, so all I got to do is say okay, and that brings in the graphic. Now again, as I walk through the other ones, this often does not do a very good job for text. So a lot of times you're going to be better off doing your own text as a separate step. So that's all I need. Let's go ahead and let's extrude all the shapes that define Brutus, and there's a handful here but not very many. So we're going to extrude those and do a cut extrusion of -1 millimeter. So that also defaults to cut. So we can see there Brutus is cut into the shape. Okay, now next I'm going to create another sketch on that face, and I want to cut out the shape of Brutus, and without redrawing it, now that I have that sketch, I can do an offset of say about 2 millimeters. And looks like flipping it, it wanted to go inside, let's go outside. So that does most of the shape. Let's go in and offset this shape as well by 2 millimeters. So we'll offset by 2, and it looks something like that. So that does pretty well. That looks pretty good, except for this funky angle here. So for that, I'm just going to draw. I'm just going to draw a line or maybe a 3-point arc to kind of fix that up, connecting this point and this point, and just kind of eyeball whatever looks good. It does not have to be perfect. And then I'll go ahead and trim off that shape. Okay, so now there's an outline basically around Brutus, and I can do a cut extrude of that entire outline. Let's see, distance, and there's my shape for Brutus. At this point, that looks pretty good. And the last thing you'll want to do, and I didn't demonstrate this on the video, is I added a little place so I have room to drill a 3 millimeter hole without interfering with Brutus Buckeye. And then preparing for export to DXF is the same as it was with the snowflake. So if you need to refer back to that, you can refer back to the previous video. Very good.